Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So it's been a little while since I've done a champion guide on a rare. But this is a rare who is up there as top tier rare in the game. Gravechill Killer. She is one of the best rares for clan boss, and she can get out and do some work in dungeons as well. Mainly, I'd say mainly dragon. But she is a solid rare, definitely worth your time. She is even better if you pair her up with Frozen Banshee, who is probably the best rare in the game, especially for clan boss. She is kind of legendary status. But Gravechill, if you pair her with Frozen Banshee on like an unkillable setup, I mean, she's up there as one of the best partnerships in the game. So let's go through Gravechill. How have I geared her? What does she do? And then I can kind of give you a feel for why she's so strong. Guys, I just wanted to do a quick shout out to the game that I play as my second game, Dragon Champions. I've done a bunch of videos on them already. I just wanted to do a quick 45-second shout out for this game. So we've got about 7 active clans. It's a really good second hero collector game for me. I don't play it as my prime, it's my secondary game. It's very low spend, free to play friendly. And there's actually a ton of fun stuff to do in this game. They've already got their own tower. They've got their own guild boss raid, which they've just extended. They have battle pass every single month. And it's just a fun game, which is developing and growing in good time. So if you want to join, come in, use promo code HellHades in here. You will get yourself about $10 worth of freebies to start off with, and a new character, new champion. We play it on my Discord. Come and join my Discord. Right down the bottom, you'll see Dragon Champions. We'll put you in the right guild. So we'll put you in a guild, in a clan that is hitting a guild raid of your level. So if you're entry level, it works. If you are end game, we've got people killing the end game boss. They've actually just extended to a different level of end game boss. So we're going to be trying that out soon. Really fun game. Come and join us. Let's get back to the main video. Now, Gravechill, she came with the last battle pass. Let's hope they do one again some point. But at the moment, we haven't got one in our midst. But she's definitely one of those champions that's worth investing your time into. So she has got the big version of poison on her A1. If you book it, it's 50% and it's a 1-turn hit. So it's okay as an A1. It's not insanely good. It's okay. You definitely want to take the Mastery Master Hexer to try and extend that to 2 turns. Like 1 turn is not very good really for a poison ability. You kind of want it for 2, especially when you see the rest of her kit. And you can see I've kind of geared her up completely for a clan boss setup. So we've got War Master as our main offense, and then we go accuracy into a chance to get her ability back, a bit more speed and stuff, and then just extending those debuffs, better chances to land them. Really important to have that accuracy tree for her, or the support tree for her. So a second skill then is to land decreased defense on 1 target. So this is not an AoE ability. She's not going to be like your wave clear AoE decreased defense. She's not going to be your arena AoE decreased defense. She's not going to work. But when you're doing single target stuff, she's brilliant. So clan boss and dragon really stand out for me where this would really come in. She does the big version of decreased defense if poison is already on the target. That's really important. So, and this being only a 1-turn cooldown kind of means that she's better if there's somebody else in your team that's laying poison. Whether it's Frozen Banshee, or it could even be Kale, it could be Steel Skull, it could be any of the other poisoners, a Cult Brawler. But she is a better unit when you've got somebody else laying poison as well. If not, then you kind of need to go A3, which lays more poison. It lays bigger poisons when poison sensitivity's out there. That's why she's so good with Frozen Banshee, by the way. If not, then she's laying the weaker version. But still, if you don't have Frozen Banshee, you want to lay the weaker version of poison with her A3 because it goes on for 2 turns. Then you lay your drop defense, and then you start letting the auto go. Because drop defense is going to be really important on bosses for the rest of your team to do their damage. So Clan Boss and Dragon, I'd say, are probably her only 2 spots. Let's see how she's been reviewed. Clan Boss, Dragon, both high. Ice Golems. I guess Poison and Decreased Defense is actually kind of good on Ice Golem. That makes sense. some of these other 4s here, I don't really get it. What would she be bringing to these? The only one that maybe I could see her being a 4 on would be Force Keep, just for that drop defense. But I don't really feel like Magic Keep, Spirit Keep, and Void is strong for her. So I would say specializes Clan Boss and Dragons, and then she can also do a bit of work, I'd say, yeah, on Ice Golems and a bit of work on Force Keep. So how have I built mine up then? What do you want from your Gravechill? Now, she's got a ton of debuffs. Everything she does lands a debuff, which means, guys, go through my normal pattern of gearing. ASDD. Accuracy first. Accuracy means she can land her debuffs and you can actually get her skills working, yeah? S is speed. Make sure she's going quick enough to deal with whatever content you're doing. So I've got her geared up here to do Nightmare Clan Boss, 175 speed. Then you want to make sure she's got enough defensive stats to stay alive. So we've got a high level of defense and an okay level of HP. And after that, you think about damage. Now with her damage comes through poison. It does not come through her hits. She's not a hard hitter, which means that as long as you've got accuracy and you're going fast enough, your damage will happen anyway. Yeah? So let's get her into some content. Let me show her off. I'd say, let me see where she sits on my tier list. I'd say she is probably like top 5 rares for Clan Boss. Just because of decreased defense, there's decreased defense and poison, and a ton of poison as well. She's got to be up there for Clan Boss on my tier list. Let me just see if I've done her justice on this. Have I even scored her on this? Frozen Banshee. Gravechill, where are you? I don't think I've scored her on this, so I'm going to add her onto this list. I've only done about half of the rares so far, so it makes sense that I haven't done her because I've not done this guide yet. But I will add her onto this list. I will get her guide in here and her scorings in as well. So at any point, you can go into my tier list. It's now got, do I think you should book these champs? Where do I think they're strong? And it's got my screenshots of gearing and stuff like that as well. So I've geared her 4-piece lifesteal, 2-piece accuracy. I wanted to make sure I had her accuracy up. It's probably a bit high now, actually. We've got an accuracy banner on her, a defense amulet, and a defense ring. Remember, those defensive stats are really important. Her base defense is low, which means that the flat defense you get from a ring and the flat defense you get from an amulet make a big difference. It also means that rolling a shield up to full, because that's flat defense as well, makes a big difference to her survivability. So these 3 items become quite high profile on her to enable you to keep her alive. I've then gone defense gloves, defense chest, and defense boots. Most of you will go defense gloves, defense chest, and speed boots. But this is more like an endgame build where I'm trying to push the defense up that level higher. So the rest of the stuff, though, will be the same. And if you look at my other pieces, I'm pretty much looking for speed and accuracy and defense. Speed, accuracy, HP. Speed, HP. Speed, defense. Yeah. HP, defense, speed. It's all pretty much the same stats that I'm looking for on those. And we're kind of looking for a bit of speed if you can on the banner. If you can get that with accuracy as the main stat. I should probably just roll it up to 16, but makes not much difference. I've already got enough. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to try her out in the dungeons first. So it's actually Force Keep today, so let's get her out in the Force Keep. I do have my kind of speed farm team here. I'm going to keep the speed farm team except the drop defense champ, because you can see what she will do on the boss, kind of. I mean, the Force Keeps and stuff, they're just so easy to do. She's the wrong affinity here, actually, so maybe she's not as strong. Maybe that's why she's a lower score, actually. It makes more sense now. So obviously my ethos is just going to plow through the waves. The waves are literally nothing to him. But what she does do is try and drop defense once poison's out there. She actually loaded a poison first, which is the right thing to do, because then she comes in with a drop defense. She got a weak hit, so she didn't drop it. So her AI is actually tuned in the right way. It's a bit of a fast to even show you that, because my guys are too strong. So let's just move on. Let's get her into Dragon. Now, Dragon is one of her strongest dungeons. She's a neutral affinity for it. She comes in as the poisoner. So she becomes a poisoner. Perhaps what I'll do is just change this up a bit. So I've got my wave clear here. I've got my poisoner and decreased defense for the boss. That's it. She's only going to be there for the boss, really. And then we're going to get some control. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Let me sort out a team. Okay, so we're going to have Gnarlhorn in here, basically taunting up the enemies. We're going to have War Maiden dropping enemies' defense for AoE. We're going to have Seer and Morseer Mage doing the work to kill the enemy. And we're going to have Gravechill basically there to kill the boss, to kill the dragon. That's her role. Right, so let's do this. So, I mean, we've basically got Seer and Morseer Mage will do the work through the first wave. They'll do the work. My Gnarlhorn is just going to tank up all the damage. So he's only got to survive basically until the end of the second wave, or probably about the midpoint of the second wave. I'm hoping that we don't use all of his cooldowns too quick. He has actually. I was hoping for that provoke to come back for the next turn. I was also hoping for that to come back for the next turn. So we're in a bit of trouble. Let's see. We're going to drop some defense. Gravechill at this point is kind of just like there looking pretty. You know, she's not really doing a lot. She's got high defensive stats, so she starts taking damage like this. She can take a hit. You do want that from your poisoners. You want him to be able to take a bit of a pounding if need be. Gnarlhorn then does his job. He's going to come in and take the damage for a while. Wait for the Seer kind of combo to come back. He makes himself unkillable, so he's laughing at him anyway. And then there we go, onto the boss. Now, this is where Gravechill comes in. So Gravechill's going to land her poison, hopefully with a 3. There it is, double hit. So poison's now on. She can then do a single target drop defense if she's got it available. She has. Drop defense goes on, which makes everyone else do a ton more damage, yeah? Once she's then going in with her A1, she's landing the big version poisons, and the big version poisons are what kill the dragon. So she doesn't have the same capability as a Frozen Banshee. Like Frozen Banshee throws out way more poison, but she does put out a good chunk of poison. She's doing enough poison by herself to really cause this dragon problems, and dropping defense, allowing everyone else to do some pretty decent numbers as well, is cool. So, yeah, all in all, you've got everything you need in one champion to kill the dragon. It's just not fast. She's kind of like a Kale. She's kind of like a Kale on the dragon. So you've got all of the abilities you need, but with a drop defense on that roster as well of moves. As long as she's got lifesteal gear and she's got a reasonable kind of supporting cast, she'll be absolutely fine to do the work. He says as we're getting a bit low, but I think that's the dragon dead, yeah. So 2 minutes 19, not bad considering the lineup we got out there. I know, guys, I've got a great haul and all that stuff, yeah. But you can see the work she's done. So even though Seer did all of the wave damage, she actually came in with 1 million damage, way more than anyone else that she partnered with. So let's check the other place where she's very strong, or pretty strong, is Ice Golems. She's the strong affinity here. She's strong here just because of poison, really. So poison does not trigger the retribution hits that the Ice Golem does. So I'm going to mix this up a little bit in here. I think we're going to go for... what we're going to do. I'll pick a team and then we can get going. Okay, so we're going to bring in Hypertune. Tomb Lord's going to do my decreased defense and stuff. Gravechill is really, again, only there for the boss. Like, the boss is where she does her work. But here we go. We're going to slam down the waves very easily because of Seer. Obviously, you don't need Seer, guys. I'm just showing you one kind of setup that works. And my Seer is not built in crazy gear. She's going to be in my tier list as well. Check out the tier list if you want to see what she's wearing for me. It's definitely not crazy gear. So obviously we get the Shriek up, which is annoying. But Seer will rip that off if she gets a chance. So as long as we don't kill ourselves beforehand, which is very possible with these guys. They love to kill themselves. Come on. There we go. Cool. So we're on to the boss very quickly. And now we're just waiting on really getting those poisons up like this. Gravechill's doing poison for us. She's doing drop defense. She's definitely not the main attraction here in this team, okay? She does a bit of work. She's nowhere near as strong in this dungeon as she is in Dragon because of these ads. If the ads weren't there and we were just dealing with the boss the whole time, like if I was running Rotus and I was just block reviving these ads, then she would be way more effective. But obviously we are having to deal with the boss as well. But these poisons don't trigger his retribution like the other stuff does. So I'm going to whiz this on. You can kind of see what she's up to. I'll whiz this on and then we can get onto some clan boss. Okay, so we're just coming to the end. Tomb Lord actually does a ton of work here, guys. Like, don't underestimate Tomb Lord as a champ. He's really good for this dungeon. You see she's going straight ham on the boss. 2 minutes 18, almost exactly the same as our Dragon Time, I think. And that is another one done. What did she do here? She did 300k, so Seer did the lion's share. Tomb Lord did a lot more. She was a bit more of a bystander here. A bit more of a support role. So, let's get on to Clan Boss. Now, let's see, are we on an affinity already? Of course we are. My clan killed Clan Boss so quick. Which is not, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. We can deal with it though. We can make it work. All rubbish. Okay. So what we're going to run here, not my main team. We're going to run Gravechill in. I'm going to run a with Frozen Banshee so you can see that effect of the two of them side by side. That will cover all of the poison I need. It will also cover decreased defense because that's what she brings. I'm going to bring in a Skull Crusher counterattack. I think I'm going to bring in Doom Priest as well, just to get rid of this affinity stuff that's going on. I need to check her build quickly. So we've got Poison, we've got Decreased Defense, we've got Cleanse, we've got Counterattack. We need a Decreased Attack. The Decreased Attack, probably someone like a Tyrell. I'll just check his build as well. Okay, I'm just going to show you these builds quickly then. So we want Doom Priest to be your fastest. If we're doing Nightmare, we want to be running 171 up to 189. So I've got Doom Priest in at 180, high defense, a 4k defense. Doesn't really matter about anything else in her build. The right speed, she doesn't need accuracy to land anything. She's just there to cleanse your team. We've got Skull Crusher running, ideally be running at 171. I've got him at 173. High defense, doesn't need accuracy either. I've decided to run Jared as my decreased attack. 175 speed, high defense, everything else, high accuracy, nothing else really matters with him. That's 3, and then we've got the 2 poisoners. So I've got a Frozen Banshee 179, high defense, and we've got a Gravechill in at 175, high defense, 247 accuracy. So everyone's got the right level of accuracy, high defense, the right level of speed, yeah, and that's how we're going to do damage to this clan boss. So we're up against the worst clan boss in here. Doom Priest makes this easier, way easier. Jared and Skull Crusher together are useful because they both got ally protection. Not sure what we're lagging about here. Come on, game. Work with me, game. We've got this. Okay, cool. And this is where I think these champions are the best. So Doom Priest gives us an increased attack buff, fine. Doesn't really make a difference. We get poison sensitivity out early. So I can throw the big version poisons out. Big boy poisons go out nice and early. From Gravechill, double stack. Very nice. We get a decreased attack out early. Counter attack off. And from that point on, I can just hit auto. So there's no kind of basic, there's no massive setup I need to do here. I basically want Skull Crusher doing his ally protection first. Jareg taking it off him for the second wave. You see, we've already got decreased defense out there. We've got a ton of poison out there already. Any counterattack lays more poison for me. So even though we're against the worst affinity for this team, is it for this team? No, 2 people on the team have got bad affinity. Even Skull Crusher taking that slam there, you think, oh, it's going to ruin his counterattack. No, it's not. Doom Priest in the team, she sorts that out for us. That's what she's there for. So this will run and run. We're on Nightmare Clan Boss. I'm going to let this go through to the end. And then you'll see the work. I mean, you can see it already. Decreased defense almost up the whole time. Poison's up the whole time. Yeah, we get the decreased speed on us. Don't worry, guys. We're cleaning that straight off. We're not going to ruin our speed tune. Doom Priest is there to sort that out. So this overall is just actually an insanely strong team. It's, you know, for a green affinity clan boss, which everyone's scared of. Everyone hates Spirit Affinity unless you're running an unkillable team with block debuffs up the whole time. this is a scary clan boss to face. So I'm going to let this run in, and then I'll show you the results at the end. Okay, guys, so we're hitting turn 25. You can see that we are still stacking up the debuffs. We're dropping the defense. Everything's going smooth as you like. We're still getting the full benefit of our counterattacks. So, you know, Doom Priest is doing that work for us. Gravechill and Frozen Banshee between them are just keeping poison going the whole time, which is brilliant. We're not worried about the slams because of Doom Priest. And, you know, when you get to turn 27 on Nightmare, this clan boss hits hard. You need defense stacked to be able to survive these sort of hits. Skull Crusher's getting a bit weak now. I think we're probably going to lose him before long. But we should hit 20 mil. And 20 mil, there we go. It's actually kind of unlucky that he didn't get a Wallmaster proc there. He would have survived a bit longer. But 20 mil is a decent number to hit on Nightmare. It means you're going to be 2 keying. Yeah, I've got some solid gear here, guys. I'm not going to lie about that. But, you know, you're talking about really, I'd say, an accessible team for quite a lot of people in this game. And pretty much anyone here, you know, any of the decreased attack champions worked in this setup. So Sepulchre, your Tyrell, even Coffin Smasher to a certain degree won't get you quite as far probably. But there's a whole bunch more people that can come in. And obviously there's upgrades to people like... there's upgrades all the way around. You can kind of use your own roster to make this work. But ultimately, to kick 22 million out, you know, and most of the damage coming from your 2 rares shows just how strong they are as a pair of rares. So guys, look, Gravechill, don't sleep on her. Even if you're, you know, mid to end game, she's probably going to add some damage for you. She's done nearly 7 mil damage. Frozen Banshee did the 9.4. But Gravechill also brought the decreased defense. So the two of them together worked really, really well. One of the best pairing combos in the game right now, I would say. Hope you enjoyed the guide, guys. Let me know where you use her. Have I missed anywhere? I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you later.